Welcome to this weekly show, the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast, where we explore wild tales of teen heroes and underdog outcasts from the world of flash fiction.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one today.
In a fun, entertaining way, kind of, like blockbuster action films.
Exactly. Like those big, crazy, over-the-top movies.
Get ready for a thrilling journey into two unique flash fiction stories of young people defending their homes.
Defending their homes, you got it.
In pretty extraordinary ways.
I love this theme, by the way. It's really cool.
And remember, if you're enjoying the show, be sure to rate and follow for more captivating stories. We love those underdog stories.
The more captivating, the better.
From the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. Now, today we're diving into two flash fiction stories. And these stories are all about resourceful teenagers.
Oh, yeah?
Protecting their homes from intruders.
Resourceful, that's the key word.
What's fascinating is how, in each story, the unexpected becomes their greatest weapon. It's almost like, they take what they have and turn it into this.
It's like they turn their weakness into a strength, right?
Absolutely.
Like that underdog spirit.
They turn it around. So our first journey takes us into this world where time itself becomes a tool for defense.
I love that. Manipulating time. That's awesome.
In the flash fiction story, The Time Twisters.
The Time Twisters. Great title.
Now, this is a story about siblings, Zoe and Toby, who inherit this antique clock.
Classic. An antique clock. There's always something special about those.
With the rather peculiar ability, let's say, to manipulate time.
Okay, that's where things get interesting. Time manipulation, you've got my attention.
Now, their parents have specifically warned them, stay away.
Uh-oh, forbidden fruit. You know what happens next.
From this new, unassembled clock in the workshop.
I mean, if my parents told me not to touch something, it's the first thing I'd be messing with.
But, Toby, you can guess.
Toby can't resist. Curiosity, right.
Toby's curiosity gets the better of him.
Always getting into trouble, I can see it now.
And soon, it's ticking. It takes on this strange, swirling rhythm. It's almost like it's not ticking right.
It's like the clock is becoming something more.
It's more than a clock now. It's like it's influencing its surroundings.
Yeah, that's a great setup, that classic kind of forbidden object.
Right. It makes you wonder what's going to happen.
The parents' warning, that's like instant intrigue, you know?
It's foreshadowing.
Like, why is this clock so important? What's it going to do? It's just a great way to draw you in.
You're hooked from the beginning. Now, that intrigue really pays off because a stranger targets their home.
Of course, there's always a threat. Gotta have some action.
And they're specifically going after Grandma's prized antique clock.
It's never just a random burglary. It's always got to be something valuable.
This isn't just a random act, right? It feels like, a violation of their family history. It's almost sacred. And Zoe's reaction, witnessing this, it clearly stems from this deep sense of responsibility to protect that heritage. It's their family.
Oh, absolutely. The stakes are so much higher when it's something personal.
Yes.
Something irreplaceable, a family heirloom. You can't just replace that.
It's priceless.
And that's when Toby's earlier curiosity takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah, it all comes back around.
When the intruder makes his move, that's when the clock, the chiming, it triggers a temporal distortion around him.
It's crazy how those seemingly unrelated actions become so crucial.
Yeah, like Toby messing around with the clock earlier.
It was random.
No, it's the key to everything. So, what was your reaction to this time slowing down?
I mean, come on. The image of this would-be thief, he's suddenly moving in slow motion. He's completely disoriented.
Oh, I bet. Talk about a surprise.
And it's something, the teenagers have inadvertently unleashed. I mean, it's brilliant.
They didn't even mean to do it, but they've got this power now.
And Toby, he initially seemed driven by, just simple curiosity.
Yeah, just a curious kid.
Suddenly, he shows the strategic side. He's whispering this plan to Zoe.
Like he's a little general planning a battle.
And there's that moment where you realize, okay, these kids, they might actually have a chance.
Yeah, it's like don't underestimate the power of kids, especially when they've got time on their side. Literally.
They're using their brains.
Exactly.
So let's talk about this temporal twist for a second. It really highlights how pressure can reveal hidden strengths.
Oh, totally. Like when the heat is on, that's when you see what people are really made of.
Toby's tinkering, it wasn't just random. It was like a sign of his inquisitive mind.
Right.
And when faced with this crisis, he can quickly adapt and strategize.
He's a problem solver.
Mm.
And Zoe, even though she's kind of downplaying her, brainiac status,
Too smart.
she's got a different kind of intelligence. She understands rhythm.
Yeah, she's got that musical mind.
And how that altered tempo of the clock is affecting the intruder, too. It's awesome, this teamwork. Even if it's just two siblings, they complement each other.
They've got each other's backs. And here's where it gets really interesting. They start using this time distortion to their advantage, setting up incredibly simple yet effective traps. A fishing line, normally an easily avoided obstacle,
Totally.
becomes a major hurdle for someone moving in slow motion.
Like, imagine trying to step over a fishing line when you're moving at a snail's pace. That's got to be tough.
And Zoe, she's thinking on her feet. She's creating disruptions, like strategically placing a chair, knocking over a vase.
Making the house an obstacle course.
Turning their familiar home into this baffling, almost surreal obstacle course for this intruder.
I love how they're using everyday objects in such a clever way.
It's ingenious how they weaponize the everyday.
They're not trying to overpower the intruder.
Right.
They're thinking outside the box. They're changing the rules.
They're manipulating his reality.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how often we overlook the potential of, what's right there in front of us.
Yeah, we get so focused on the problem.
Right.
We forget about the simple solutions that might be right there.
By changing the rules of engagement, in this case, the flow of time.
They completely leveled the playing field.
They've got the advantage now.
I like it.
But just when you think they have things under control,
There's always a twist.
the story throws in a great complication.
What happens?
The stranger, he's fueled by anger and desperation.
Oh, yeah, he's not giving up that easily.
Somehow he manages to surge forward, almost breaking free from the time distortion.
He's fighting back against time itself.
And directly targeting Zoe.
Oh no, Zoe's in danger.
It raises the stakes and reminds us that even the most unusual defenses have limitations. It's not a foolproof plan.
Makes sense. Even with time manipulation, it's not going to be easy. It makes you wonder, what did this moment suggest to you? Did it mean that he was overcoming it?
I think it introduces this element of unpredictability,
Yeah, that's a good point.
even with their newfound ability.
Right.
They're not entirely in control.
It's not a perfect power.
The intruder's raw will, it seems to temporarily overcome the effect,
Right. He's pushing through sheer willpower.
highlighting that psychological factors can sometimes trump even physical or temporal anomalies.
The mind is a powerful thing. So the threat is still real. And then comes Toby's final, almost theatrical move.
This is it.
He rigs the chandelier.
Yeah, he rigs the chandelier. Now, the chaos that ensues with crystals falling, the clashing of these different time zones, it sounds so disorienting.
Oh, I bet. It's like a sensory overload. Imagine being in that room.
It's a chaotic but ultimately effective way to incapacitate the intruder. It's just brilliant.
They took that chandelier and turned it into a weapon.
It's not your typical weapon,
Definitely not.
but it worked. It's this sensory overload, not just for the intruder, but for us as readers.
Yeah, we're right there with them.
It's like this shimmering rain of crystals, this warped sense of time, and then, after that,
What happens next?
the detail of the clocks ticking in unison.
Oh, interesting.
It signifies this return to order, almost hinting that the siblings are gaining a better understanding
They're mastering their powers.
of this inherited ability.
It's a great ending. They're growing. They're learning. So what are some of the key takeaways for you from the Time Twisters?
For me, it highlights more than just, a creative way to stop a thief. It's about, these deeper themes, right?
Oh, yeah, there's always something more to these stories.
First, it underscores how even seemingly ordinary objects, and, antique clock in this case,
Yeah, it's just a clock, but it's so much more.
they can hold extraordinary potential.
It's about seeing the potential in the everyday.
Second, it emphasizes the power of ingenuity,
Using what you have, being resourceful.
especially when, the traditional forms of defense aren't available. You got to improvise.
You got to think on your feet. And it also highlights the strength that can be found in unexpected talents.
Right. Like these kids, they're not superheroes.
But they become heroes.
They're just normal kids.
Yeah.
But they rise to the challenge, even when they might not seem like your typical heroes.
It makes you wonder about the hidden capabilities we all have.
What's inside of us,
Yeah.
waiting to come out. It's pretty amazing. Now let's shift gears, shall we?
Let's do it. What's next?
We're going to move from manipulating time to the mastery of sound.
Oh, I like that. From time to sound. Okay, let's hear it.
With the second flash fiction story, The Sound Sorcerers.
The Sound Sorcerers. That's a cool title. I'm intrigued.
Now, this tale introduces us to a group of teenage misfits.
Misfits. I love it already. Underdogs. Always rooting for them.
We've got Kai, Anya, Ben, and Misha. And they transform their unconventional band practice
Oh, so they're musicians.
into this rather unique home security system.
Okay, their band practice is their security system. How does that work?
Their instruments, they essentially become weapons,
Their instruments are weapons.
turning their house into a fortress of disruptive sound.
Now, that's creative. That's using what you've got.
So they've heard about neighborhood break-ins,
Uh-oh, there's trouble brewing.
and with Kai's parents away, they suspect they might be next.
Classic setup. The parents are gone. The kids are home alone.
It's the perfect opportunity for some mischief,
Or for some unexpected heroism.
or, in this case, a little bit both.
Hmm.
What were your initial thoughts on this premise?
I love the contrast, with the time twisters.
Right.
It's not a magical object this time. It's something inside them, their music.
It's their talent.
And it's unconventional, which makes it even better. They're described as misfits. Their music's more noise than melody.
Yeah, it's not exactly top 40 radio material.
But that's what makes it so cool. Like, their weakness becomes their strength.
They embrace it.
It challenges what we think of as a valuable skill.
Yeah, who says noise can't be useful?
Oh,
So they're not your typical teenage heroes.
I bet they're far from it.
Kai, he's fond of jarring feedback. Anya, she likes eerie dissonance. And Ben's, let's say, enthusiastic drumming.
I'm picturing a lot of chaotic energy.
Not exactly winning any Grammy Awards.
But hey, maybe they'll win the award for Best Home Security System.
Maybe so. But in this story, these very traits become their arsenal.
They're secret weapons.
The opening scene with Kai's guitar mimicking a car alarm and actually deterring potential intruders, it's perfect.
It's so clever. That sound, a car alarm, usually means you're too late.
right.
But they're using it proactively. It's like, don't even think about it.
Just like a warning.
Exactly. And then Anya's cello with this menacing growl.
It adds that psychological intimidation.
It's not just loud, it's unsettling.
It's meant to make you feel uneasy. And Ben, often relegated to the garage for his vigorous drumming,
I can imagine the neighbors weren't too thrilled about that.
he turns those percussive skills into the unmistakable sound of a forced entry.
Like he's breaking down the door.
It's brilliant.
It's all about creating this impression of danger without any real confrontation.
They're playing mind games. And they don't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
Anya's cello, it shifts to this mournful, almost ghostly wind.
Ooh, spooky.
And Misha, she adds this eerie, wailing tone with her flute. And then they incorporate these ghostly whispers using a hidden speaker.
Whispers. Okay, now they're really messing with the intruders' heads.
It goes beyond just loud sounds, right?
Yeah, it's psychological warfare.
They're creating this landscape of fear. They're playing on the intruders' potential anxieties, their superstitions.
Like the house is haunted.
Exactly.
And those whispers, I love that detail.
It's great.
It's like they're saying the intruders' own thoughts back to them.
Like their secrets are being exposed.
It's brilliant.
It's unsettling. And then, to top it all off,
There's more. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Kai, he layers in the synthesized sound of police sirens.
Oh, man. Game over.
Now the intruders, they're not just facing these strange, unsettling noises. They're hearing the cops coming.
That's the ultimate bluff.
The combination of all these carefully crafted sounds, it creates this illusion of an overwhelming and imminent threat.
They're creating this whole scenario in the intruders' minds.
What effect do you think this sonic attack would have?
I mean, it's got to be terrifying.
They're probably freaking out.
They came expecting an easy target, an empty house.
Right.
Instead, they're getting this sensory overload.
They don't know what to do.
It's a testament to the kids' creativity.
They're using what they have.
Their coordination, their understanding of sound. It's amazing. So what happens? Do they get away with it?
They're completely routed by this sonic onslaught.
I knew it.
They break and run, terrified and confused.
Those sound sorcerers, they lived up to their name.
And the aftermath, it's this casual camaraderie among the teens as they discuss their next band practice.
Like it was all just a rehearsal.
It really underscores how they've discovered the true potential of their, unconventional talents.
They found their power, their voice through their music.
It's inspiring. So what are your key insights from the Sound Sorcerers?
It highlights ingenuity, resourcefulness.
Those are important themes.
It shows that young people, they can be so capable.
We often underestimate them.
Especially when they embrace their unique Talents?
What makes them different?
It's about finding strength in what others might see as weaknesses.
Yeah, it's about being yourself, embracing your quirks. That's what makes you powerful. So what did you think of those incredible journeys?
Seriously, those were some amazing stories.
In the Time Twisters, Zoe's intuitive understanding of rhythm
Yeah, she was in sync with that clock.
complemented Toby's inventive manipulation of that time-bending clock.
They made a great team.
They created a truly disorienting trap for that thief.
That slow motion scene, that was so vivid.
It's unforgettable. And then, that final detail, the clocks ticking in unison.
It's like they achieved a new level of mastery.
The nice touch.
And then the sound sorcerers, that was just pure fun.
The sonic roller coaster.
This band of misfits, they turned their music into a weapon.
They use their voices.
That description of the guitar mimicking the car alarm, the cello's growl, Ben's drumming.
And those whispers.
They drove those intruders away with sound.
It was brilliant. Both stories really underscore the power of ingenuity.
Using what you have, thinking outside the box.
And utilizing those unexpected skills when faced with a threat. It's about protecting what's valuable.
Your home, your family, your heritage.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What unique talents or seemingly ordinary objects, could you leverage in an unexpected situation?
I've been thinking about that all day. It's a great question to ask ourselves.
It really gets you thinking. So thank you for joining us on this weekly journey into the imaginative world of the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. We hope these tales of teenage heroism
They were heroes.
and creative problem solving have sparked your imagination.
I know, mine's going wild.
And maybe even made you think differently about, the resources and abilities that you have. Until our next journey together, keep those unconventional ideas brewing.
Don't be afraid to be different, to use what you've got. You never know what you're capable of.
We'll see you next time.